Hello Internet, thank you for visiting my channel. Welcome to this video. Today we are going to look at the OPPO A57, but before we do that, can I please ask you to subscribe to my channel? I have lots of different videos. There's going to be vlogs, reviews, there's going to be some interesting out there videos. I don't know what, there's going to be all sorts of stuff. So yeah, just look, I would really appreciate if you subscribed. And also, subscribing would be a great idea because very soon we're going to start doing some little giveaways and they're really easy to enter. So please, yeah, just subscribe and enjoy the video. Let's get on with it. So today we're looking at the OPPO A57. I'm just going to tell you a little story about the OPPO, and that is why do I actually have this phone. Okay, so the reason is I have recently destroyed my S8 Samsung Galaxy S8, and I needed a phone just to hold me over for a few months until I sort out plans and how much I really want to buy and which phone I really want to buy, because there's quite a few out there at the moment that are becoming a little bit cheaper. I'm looking at the iPhone SE just quietly. But anyway, here it is. So at the moment, so this is my wife's phone. She did her research before she bought it, and this is the OPPO A57, and I've been using this phone now for approximately a month. It is a very, well, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's a good phone or not a good phone. It's a mid-range phone. Here in Australia you can buy them fairly cheap. You can still buy them a few places, and I am actually really surprised. Let me start with the highlight of this phone, and it is this fingerprint sensor. Have a look at this. Bam. It's just bam. It is so good. OPPO definitely have got that right. So it has an excellent fingerprint sensor on the front of the phone, just like the older style iPhones, which I love. I did not enjoy having the fingerprint sensor on the back of the S8. So in the car, when it's in the car cradle, I can still just turn on the phone very easily. So really good design. I really like that design. About 4 or 5 years ago, the slowdown you would experience on these phones happened quite quickly. So as soon as you loaded up the phone with a few apps, you would start noticing slower startup times, slower loading times, those sorts of things. That has not happened on this phone just yet. So again, very impressive with the way you must manage its memory. So yeah, it's very good. I've noticed a very slight, just a slight little slowdown, but definitely not something that would make me get annoyed with the phones. Loaded all the apps, no problems there. The only app I haven't been able to load so far is the GoPro app. It is not available for this phone. I don't know why. Maybe it's just not compatible. But yeah, GoPro 8 app did not work with the OPPO A57. Another thing that I really like about this phone is the screen. Like it's not a very bright screen, but it is a usable. You know, it looks good to me. I think that, like, there's nothing wrong with the screen. You know, a couple of things here. Just going to YouTube. It's bright enough, you know. Outside in the sun, of course, it's not going to be good. And there's a whole bunch of phones that are in the same boat. So see, there's a little tiny bit of stuttering, but you know, really for this amount of money, which I think you can get them under $200 now, it's a great phone. So, a good screen. Another thing I'm kind of liking about this phone is that it kind of annoyed me at first, but now I like it. And that is that it does not have an app drawer. All your apps that you download are around on the screen, a bit like an iPhone, okay? So it kind of mimics the iPhone in that regard. And what that means is I do have a other section here, and I was kind of annoyed first that there's no app drawer, but it's not too bad at all. Okay, it's definitely doable. Good. It's a good size phone. I think it fits in my hand quite good. It's just probably slightly larger than what I really prefer. I'm gravitating towards smaller phones, and I only like large phones if it has a stylus, and this one does not have a stylus, so not for me. And you know, that is why I'm gravitating towards the iPhone SE. The button here is not a button. That's also of note. Okay, it's just it's a touch. So if I turn it, it's not a physical button like on the iPhone, like it used to be. It's like the iPhone 7 onwards, where it's got that hepatic whatever inbuilt sort of touch. No, everything's fairly quick. Can't complain about how fast it goes. Is this like the best budget phone at the moment? I would say it's fairly close. I mean, I think at the moment we're at the place with phones where processor wise, you know, you pay a couple of $100, so around $200, you're going to get a decent enough processor to keep you rolling. The part where the phone is lacking, of course, is in the cameras. So the rear-facing camera, it's got the one unit with the flash. All right, it is very poor. I mean, again, when I say poor, what I'm talking about is low light conditions and there's no image stabilization. So those two things add up to a poor experience overall. Does it take decent enough photos in daytime? Yeah, no worries at all. But as soon as it's low light condition, or if you're starting to try to make movies, there's no stabilization and things take a turn for the worse. The front-facing camera is quite okay. I've made a few FaceTime calls and yeah, they work okay. Not the best again, but they're pretty good. So overall, you get what you pay for. It's not a bad phone. Yeah, I can probably recommend it. I'm going to keep using this for now. I'm not going to upgrade just yet. So I might tell you a couple more things as I go along. But I'm really enjoying this phone. And for the money, I mean, yeah, I know that the iPhone SE is cheap, but for like $200 Australian, that is a bargain phone. Absolute bargain. So OPPO, a company to keep an eye on in the future. Alright guys, that's it. Can I just please remind you to please subscribe and say hello, and if you've got any questions or comments about the A57, please write them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.